think we get to the part, I think one thing that we haven't covered yet is once you buy a guitar, what support system is there for maintenance and repair and so on and so forth. We are lucky in that we have several places in a nearby town where there are mom and pop stores where there are luthiers that can take one of these guitars apart and put them back together. There are new guitars that have a limited warranty. This has a limited warranty against defects. I had one on a Fender that a note turned sour about a month after I bought it. I took it in and they said everything they was going to do had already been done. They talked to the factory and the factory said just send the whole thing in, so I got new everything, new hard case, new guitar, just switched it out. And I'm not sure whether that's a standard for the industry, but it was for Fender. I know it is for Ibanez. And so that's the thing to think about right there.
Yeah, that can be an advantage of buying an instrument new, is a warranty and the possibilities with that. And I've always tended to buy used instruments just because I know that just like with a car, as soon as you buy it, you may lose some value there. But on the other hand, you know, when you buy something new, you know that it's something that you've cared for, and if you have that warranty, of course, that can really come in handy. But
well, that leads to another point. We talked about new instruments so far, but what about the previously owned instruments? For instance, I've already stated that this Ibanez is a previously owned instrument. It is pretty clean. It had a couple of scuff marks. It's got a little ding on the head here. What do you call it, headset?
Yeah, the headstock.
The headstock, excuse me, the headstock. And but it's a third off, almost a third off, 33%. So to me, that was worth that savings. Some people like it factory fresh. They want the clean car smell, the clean guitar smell, whatever. They want to put the first signs of character on it themselves. Other people would say, hey, I'll take a ding for $100, you know, off, or 125, whatever, and that's okay with them. In this case, it got set up. I got lucky because I just happened to choose a guitar. The guitar chose me, and it just happened to be a great guitar.
Well, and that's another thing to think about.
And it was backed up by the people in the shop.
Yeah,
too.
If you buy it from a shop, you are relatively certain that it's been set up and someone has looked at it and adjusted the action and, you know, done all of the tweaking that makes the most out of that particular instrument.
Yeah.
If you buy something, eBay, Craigslist, something like that, you may not have, you know, that to fall back on. So in those cases, I would say you'd want to, you know, have someone with you that has good knowledge of the instrument and can kind of check it out for you and look for some of the structural things that we talked about.
And that's the thing. If you got a good, reputable guitar store that can fix things in-house or set up the guitars in-house and not send it off to the other store, then you got something good there that one should support if you're going to get into that, be a guitarist or a mandolin player, whatever. And I had another thought. I'll give it in a minute when I think of it again. My thing is, so this one shop that we both go to, they have a big banner that says acoustic guitar is starting at $150 or $149. Electric starts at $249. Well, you know, that's kind of on the cheap end, but you know, because of the support system that they have there, they support their guitars, they set it all up, you know that you're not going to get a piece of junk there. We have the confidence of that. And so there. And it's kind of funny in that in this one particular store, if you go up to the second story, that's where you got the 4- and 5-figure guitars. You can buy a car or you can buy one of those guitars. As you walk down the stairs, then you have the Martins, then you have the factory versions that still might be 4 figures. And you walk down, there's the Martins, there's the Taylors, there's the Gibsons, there's something else. And then as you walk almost to the door, there's your Fenders, for the $149, whatever, and there's a couple other varieties. You can be assured that that quality right there next to the door, that setup, that you got the same care on those guys as you do with the ones upstairs. And so if you find a store like that, you're, double thumbs up on that.
Yeah. We're lucky to have a store that we can just find, but with the internet now, you can buy from stores like this, and you can again kind of benefit from the idea that they've looked over it and they've checked the setup and those types of things. And so for people that can't just drive to the neighborhood store, there's always the internet.
This is true. And be patient and look for the odd sale sometimes, if you know what you're looking for. For instance, this came from a store, same town, different store, and they had, for the month of February, a reverse bid sale, meaning February 1st, everything's certain guitars, certain new guitars, 2% off, and so on and so forth. On the 5th, it was 10% off. You get down to the 28th of February, and if you're lucky, your favorite guitar that you were looking at would be 56% off, which is what this was. I lucked out. So this is not a cheap guitar, but then it's with the 56% off, it became a reasonably priced guitar.
Nice job.
Yeah. With a limited warranty and so on and so forth. So, yeah, lucked out there. So, one other thing. Well, okay, some people like to go to these flea markets, whatever, just see if they can pick something up. And you're not, these guys know how much these guitars are worth, and most of the time these guitars are used or worn out. They're may have not been junk at one time, but most certainly most of them are now. I did find one that sounded beautiful and was 88 bucks, but was pretty rough and cracks in the finish. But the workmanship on this thing, it must have been a 20-year-old guitar. The workmanship on the thing far surpassed